Russian President Vladimir Putin gave an interview to Tucker Carlson, an American commentator known for his pro-Russian views. During the interview, Poland was mentioned several times. Russia will fight for its interests, but it is not interested in extending its war in Ukraine to other countries such as Poland and Latvia, Putin said, although he pointed to one exception of aggression against Poland. Only in one case, if Poland attacks Russia. Why? Because we are not interested in Poland, Latvia, or any other place. Why would we do that? We simply have no interest in it.
We simply don't have any interest.
Analysts recall that before the invasion of Ukraine on February 24, 2022, Vladimir Putin also assured that Russia would not attack Ukraine. The possible scenario of Russia organizing a provocation is well known from history. Attempting something like Hitler did in the case of Poland is no problem for Putin. In fact, various such ideas have been practiced in Russia. So in essence, he is not saying he will not attack, quite the opposite. According to security expert Professor Piotr Grochmalski, it is not insignificant that Poland is mentioned so often. We are an important transit point for arms to Ukraine. This shows a kind of game and propaganda that Putin is implementing. In the interview, Putin presented a historical narrative taken vividly from the Stalin era. He referred to Ukraine as an artificial creation. In 2 hours, Putin has managed to falsify more than 1,000 years of history, deny Ukraine its statehood, threaten the Baltic states, and whitewash all the crimes Russia has committed over the years. This is a clear signal that Putin will not stop. The countries of the free world should unite. Also in the background are the Russian presidential election, which will be held as early as March, and the U.S. presidential election in the fall. A change of leadership in the U.S. could reshuffle the balance of power in Europe and increase Russia's negotiating position in relation to Ukraine. It is the U.S. that represents such a balance of power in Europe in relation to Russia. Without the U.S. and Europe, with today's chaos in the European Union and today's state of the army and armaments, Russia would have entered the game as a major player, originally, of course, at the expense of Central Europe. Therefore, the internal divisions in European countries mainly benefit Russia. Putin is playing a specific psychological game. He is using, I think deliberately, the confusion caused by the attacks of Donald Tusk's government on the rule of law and the functioning of Polish democracy to cause some anxiety and to signal possible threats, because when a politician says no, he generally thinks yes. This is the first interview Vladimir Putin has given to a Western journalist. It is worth adding, a journalist sympathetic towards Russia, who lost his job at the American Fox News station almost a year ago. Most certainly, Putin carefully selected the interviewer himself.